I'm your host today, so I'm going to take you through a journey of what Proxima Web is. And so I'm going to share the screen. If you've got any questions, I should start. Just pop the questions into the Q&A, and I will address the questions at the end. This will be just a really casual conversation about all things website and all things brand. So with that, let's get going. This is a slide that I tend to start all my presentations on, and it is just a really nice, easy snapshot of the real estate market in Australia. So today, and this is from CoreLogic, the value of the residential real estate market is actually valued at $10.4 trillion. And that's made up of 11.1 billion dwellings. And then of those dwellings, so again, $10.4 trillion, 11.1 billion dwellings, 17 million Australians live, and that is 66% of Australians live in a home that they own, either outright or with a mortgage. So it's without doubt, Australia has a love affair when it comes to real estate. But why am I telling you this? Selling all of those trillions of dollars worth of properties and those 11.1 billion dwellings is a real estate network of 117,000 real estate agents. Now, if you think about that, that means that there is a lot of your competitors out there all vying for the attention of those Australian homeowners and Australian investors who love real estate. So I'm going to ask you a question. How do you and how does your brand stand out from the crowd? Are you the grey elephant or are you the zebra striped elephant? So why do you want to stand out online? Why do you want to stand out from those 117,000 competitors that are right alongside you? 76% of people will only buy from companies who have a website. So you think about that, that's more than 3/4 of real people who are looking to buy real estate are only going to buy from you if you have a website. So the first question for today is, do you have a website? Second, and this is a stat that I got from a company called Sprout Social. So if you're in marketing, you'll know this company, but they are a great source of information for marketing data. 66% of people will trust a brand who are connected online. So again, 76% are only going to buy, and 66% will trust you if you're online. And when you think about it, real estate agents in Australia are one of the least trusted professions. So that means that you've got to go a little bit across the extra mile to earn that trust and earn that credibility. The other aspect is that before anyone's even picked up the phone to call you or come to see you, they will have already looked online to find you. So that means, are you online? Are you connecting with your customers online? And how is that impacting your ability to, again, stand out from your competitors? This next stat is one that I am fascinated with. So Forbes is, if you don't know Forbes, Forbes does the most amazing research globally. And so Forbes Advisory have just released a report for this year. And it states that on average, it takes the average small business 3 months to create a really basic website. And that might be 5 templates, for instance. And it's on average, it's a cost of $3,200. So 3 months, $3,200. But you have to get online quickly. You know that your customers don't trust you unless you've got a website. You know that they've already gone to find you online. So what if there was a better way? What if there was a way that was more affordable, faster, and that got you an impact from day one? The great thing is we at Proxima believe that we do have a better way. We do have another way of doing this. So Proxima Web is the website for real estate agents. It gives you all the essentials of a website. You get 7 templates. So I'll take you through that next. So 7 templates with multiple pages that you can choose from that are customized, ready to go, ready to help you launch your real estate business online. And they're optimized for search, which just basically means that when we create those web pages, we're making sure that people can find you through the maze of what we call the internet. So I promised you a little bit more detail. So Proxima Web offers you all the simplicity and the rapid launch of your website. So basically you can expect to go to market really quickly. So those 7 pages of content that you get, which I promised I'd tell you, you get a home page. So that's, www.proxima.com.au. It's the front door to your website. You get an About Us page, and that is, you can tell your story, make it as dramatic or as factual as your brand allows, but it should be a little bit about who you are, what your values are, what you stand for, and how they can find you. It should also include information about what your specialities are. So for instance, if you are the queen or king of house and land real estate, put that in your story. If you believe in alternative living, such as NDIS and SDA housing, that should be in your story. Proxima projects, I'm going to come to that next. So let's just keep going. You can also put your projects, so your pre-loved properties, for instance, that you're selling on behalf of your clients. They can also be listed onto your web page, and there's a whole section there and some great advertising assets, which I'll tell you about next. There's an information center, so that could be blogs or webinars or anything that you've got that, again, makes you who you are. A services page, so what do you offer? Do you offer mortgage broking services? Do you do, are you a buyer agent? Are you a client listing agent? All that sort of information can go in services. And then most importantly is a contact form, and that contact form will help you capture leads and more contacts. If you've got a Proxima CRM, it'll also go into your CRM system. So again, really great way of bringing it all together. Now, as I mentioned, when we launch your site, we'll help you optimize that for search. So that means using language, using words that can help people find you more effectively. There's some easy analytics and reporting, because you kind of want to know if people are going to your website, are they engaging with your website? Are they actually looking at the content that you're posting? And it can also help you assess what projects are most popular or of most interest. And as I mentioned, there are multiple options for every page. So for those 7 pages, you might get 3 or 4 different options that you can choose from. So you can decide what suits you and what's going to help you build your brand. And we are about to launch even more options and more choices for you to make, so that your website is unique to you. Now, if we go to the next page, there are some other aspects. So we talked about all the essentials of a website, but we do have 3 advantages. One is the sales advantage. So as I mentioned, you are going to have visibility of thousands of properties from the day your property launches. So even if you've only got a couple of listings for your own buyers and you're a relatively new agent to the industry, you're going to come across as being someone who has the scale and reach of a national agent, because you're going to have access to the Proxima properties. In terms of who we work with, at the moment, Proxima has over 70 different developers who are all listing amazing and beautiful properties with us. And here is just a snapshot of them. 26 Vista is one. We actually hosted an event last night on their properties. We have Meriton, we have Mervat, Coronation, Creation Home, Supervest, and so many more of just beautiful developers doing amazing things. So their properties and projects are going to be on your website, and that gives you brand credibility. It gives you brand trust. So that's from day one. You're going to help drive trust in your brand and just credibility in terms of what you're doing. Now, the marketing advantage, I touched on this really, really lightly, but because you can put your properties that you're listing on your website, we are giving you a great marketing advantage. We have some AI capabilities all beautifully infused on your website. So we take your properties, our little AI magic, and at a touch of a button, you can create a brochure, but not just any brochure, a brochure that can be loaded and will integrate straight into an REA or a domain advertising site. So you can start advertising those properties at a click of a button. Now, what's more is if you're one of those lucky souls that have and clever souls that have decided to buy a Proxima CRM, those leads will go straight into your CRM system so that you can be really efficient in how you operate. And we know that efficiency and connections and online are three of the biggest traits of what makes a successful real estate agent today. Now, all of this is optimized for both desktop and mobile, so you can take your time and sit in the confines of your office like I am today, or you can be on your mobile phone and you can actually see all of this information while you're on the run at client meetings, at homes, at Property Expo in October. Your choice is yours. Now, the service advantage. I like to call this the Chris advantage because we have a great sales manager, Chris, and unlike a lot of our competitors, you can come into the Proxima Hub at Sydney Olympic Park and we offer in-person training, we offer online training, we offer you help. So we will hold your hand through this process and we will help you to create an amazing website that will just sing your brand. So what does all this mean for you? Now, we're going to make this webinar is designed to be short and snappy because we know your time is important. We also know that, as I mentioned before, Forbes, again, remember, Forbes said 3 months, $3,200. With Proxima, you'll have a live website in just 3 weeks. You'll go to market faster. So in 3 weeks from today, so by October, which is a Sydney Property Expo, everybody, you would have a website and you would have access to thousands of properties with these amazing developers that will give you that brand credibility. But what's more, there is always more. We will do all of this for $550, including GST per year. Yeah, now that's for a minimum of 3 years, guys. And if you don't have your own URL, we can also help you with that. We can give you a secure domain for just another $220. So that's $550 if you want a website, or $770 if you want the website and a URL. And all you've got to do, and this is our little proxy, our little mascot. So Roxy is there to say, hey, contact Proxima today, $550 every year for 3 years, plus your URL or secure domain, and you will be up, running, and activated for the world to see in 3 weeks' time. So the question I've got to ask for you before we go to questions, and I don't think we've got any questions yet, but the question I'm going to ask to you is it time for your brand to stand out? So with that, head on over to www.proxima.com.au. We have just relaunched our website. So we'd love your feedback and comments about that. But head on over to our website. You can get all this information and a whole lot more so that you can see, A, what our website, what the Proxima Web is all about, B, how to get started, and C, hopefully we can help you stand out from the crowd, build trust and credibility, and start driving some great results for your business today. So with that, I'd like to say thank you. If there are any questions, feel free to throw them on the chat. We will close out the webinar now, and thank you, everybody.